Here's a little demo of this Neuron ink art. Just let me show you a couple previous ones that I did. I started out doing something like this, and the paint was too thick. If you want something like this, you can mix just a little water with your acrylic paint. I just use this kind of bottle acrylic you can get anywhere, Walmart, anywhere like that. Mix a little water in. You can't use the paint straight out. It's going to be too thick. So if it's kind of thick, you're going to get something like this with just little things at the edges. But I wanted to get some really thin stuff, so I added some water. And of course, it's not going to be as dark, but I got that. And then I added more water and was able to get something like this, which is kind of what I had in mind. So that was, to me, a success. Looks very neuronal. And I tried some different colors. You can try, I'm going to attempt a little some red and blue. So you can vary the color. It doesn't have to be black. Here's one where I tried to make maybe glial cells in red and maybe the neurons in blue or something like that. But it's very interesting. You really can't do that intentionally. Like if you tried to make all those little interesting lines with your brush, it wouldn't look spontaneous like this one. So you need to take just a little bit of paint and add some water so it's pretty runny. And then make sure you have newspaper or something, or work on a table that it can run off a little bit. It doesn't hurt anything. Although the acrylic paint, it'll clean right up off of surfaces. Don't get it on your clothes, but it'll come right off of a countertop or a table. And then you can pour a little bit, or even just use your finger, put a little bit out like this. And then you take your straw, so you see you can have a little bit of control over it. If you want it to go that way, you can keep blowing, and then if I wanted to make some lines going this way, before it dries, it's probably too dry right now, but before it dried I could start blowing this way and I might get a little going off like that. So you do have a little bit of control, but not so much that it starts looking contrived. Try to make one going the other way. This. Now the trick is to practice a lot. Get some scrap paper and do a bunch of these. And then if you want to work on really nice paper, you've practiced a lot and you kind of know what you're doing. You might even want to experiment with maybe a different color paper, or if you have watercolor paper, do some very, very light washes, some kind of pastel color washes, let them dry, and then do this on top. So you kind of have a pastel color background. You want to do the background first, let it dry completely, and then put this black ink on top of it. Well, I just called it ink. You don't have to use ink. You can try ink. India ink might work pretty well too. I'm working with this acrylic paint because it's a lot easier to buy, it's cheaper, and it has a better chance of scraping off countertops and things. So it's a little bit easier as far as cleanup. It's easier to work with.